Hello my loyal companions, welcome back to the channel, and I'm going to break down the new Season 5 trailer for Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Warzone that just dropped about 30 minutes ago. I've gone over the footage a few times. I think there's some really cool elements I want to break down for you, so let's jump into it.
You ready to start this fire?
Always. You know that.
That's what I like to hear. How about some fireworks?
Whole squad ready.
Good effect on target, Shadows. Doors open, bring in the birds.
Not on my watch. No way. Bring what you got, I'm going to the top.
Guess who's back?
What you got, I'm going to the top. Bring what you got. Bring what you got. I'm going to the top. Is you ready?
It's disarmed. We're good.
Rhyme with them killers and time to see who be willing. I know they get me the clip on them, make sure these people feel it. Gotta get that first shot up before that bullet hit me. Ain't gotta worry about looking back with my squad with me. No.
What are you waiting for? Let's do this!
Get up, let's move. Before that bullet hit me. Is you ready? You say you ready. Whole squad ready. Ready. Is you ready? Are you ready? Ready. Is you ready? We've been grinding hard on the job. Are you ready?
Sniper!
Ready. You say you ready. Whole squad ready. Ready. Is you ready? Are you ready? Ready. Is you ready? Whole squad ready.
You see hostile intent? You are clear to engage.
Going to the top.
The dance will never be the same.
Okay, so that trailer was absolutely awesome, and I want to break down some of the key elements that I saw from it, starting with the Warzone changes. The first massive change that we kind of all expected was the train. Now, back in Season 4, they introduced this train track that went all the way around certain areas of Verdansk, and now we're kind of getting a confirmation that they are going to add in a moving train. This is going to change the dynamic slightly to Warzone, and it looked like there would be quite high loot there from the golden chest that we saw in the clip. It also seems like players can get onto it, which, you know, is to be expected, shoot from it, vehicles may even be able to land on it, and most importantly, if anything in its path will be destroyed by it. You saw the SUV being blown up. I imagine that will also happen to you as a player if you stand in front of it. I think this is going to add a really great element to the game, and I'm looking forward to playing around with it. Another big change that we see on the map is the stadium. Now, everyone kind of guessed from the teasers that this was going to happen, but stadium is finally being opened. There'll be no more roof campers. Or at least it'll be a lot more accessible to get up to them and kill them, as well as having a lot of space to loot inside. Having a whole new section of the map to explore and loot will add a nice little dynamic to the game, which I'm looking forward to. Something else new that I don't think a lot of people are going to pick up on is these zip wires that you saw at two different instances on the footage. The massive building in downtown seemed to have a zip wire that was going all the way to the top of it from the bottom, and also in prison it seemed like there was a zip wire going to the top as well. Now, I don't know whether these are going to be set zip wires that are completely vertical to take you to massive heights just on the ground randomly, or whether they're going to add in a new gadget of some sort to actually deploy a zip wire. This would completely change Warzone, the way push routes are dealt with and everything else. It could be massive. Do I think they're going to add in like a gadget that will do it? Probably not. Maybe it's too complicated. Maybe it's too random. But they could, and I think it could be really cool. What's more likely perhaps is some of the really high buildings that are hard to access. They've added set zip wires for in the form of sort of cranes and different scaffolding. Now let's get into the multiplayer changes. There seems to be 4 new maps that are being added, and start with the 6v6 maps. The first one is Sadao Harbor, which is set in Urzikstan. This is important to note as the rumour is that the Treyarch game will bring with it a new Urzikstan map to Warzone, so this could feed into it. But Sadao Harbor is going to be a 6v6 map available in the standard multiplayer game modes. Along with this is another 6v6 map, Petrol Oil Rig, which is also going to be available in the standard quick play modes. A new ground war map is also being added, which is actually going to bring into focus Airport from Verdansk. You saw it through the IAVs that were shooting there as well. It could be really cool. I quite like Airport as a location, and it could be interesting to see how they manage this in ground war. The final map being added is a gunfight map called Livestock, which seems to be some barn or small section of farmland that they're taking in. As someone who loves gunfight, I'm really looking forward to this as well. They seem to be all the new maps, but let's look at the cosmetic changes, because there seem to be some really cool ones. Included in this seems to be Ghost in some sort of ghillie suit. Seems to be some golden masked assassin type guy with a really cool new execution using a crow, as well as the new operator Lurch being confirmed from the Shadow Company. And as a Modern Warfare 2 guy, I love the Shadow Company storyline, so I'm really looking forward to that. But as always, there seems to be lots of new cosmetics and skins being added for you to purchase throughout the store and earn throughout the Battle Pass. In regards to this golden masked fellow, could he be a new operator or just a skin? I'm not sure, but I am looking forward to it. One other sort of hint that we got that there may be a new operator is right at the start of the footage when someone lands on the train, he says, "Guess who's back?" But what was really interesting is they focused on this clip, and it could be some sort of new operator that we can all be nostalgic back from one of the previous games, or it could actually just be focusing on the weapon he was using, which is potentially a new shotgun. There wasn't a lot of clarity about new weapons in the game, so I'm just kind of guessing here, but perhaps that was a link to a new shotgun being added. It's about time for a new shotgun, but I'm not sure. There was no real solid concrete evidence on new weapons, unfortunately. But, you know, every season they've added 2 new weapons, so this season shouldn't be too different. That's the breakdown though for you guys. As always, the content should be split across the Battle Pass and across the season generally. Not everything will be added in straight at the start, and other new content will be dripped in throughout the season as well. But Season 5 does look like it's going to be quite good, and I am very excited for it. If you are new to the channel, make sure you drop a subscribe. I do post regular Warzone and Call of Duty content that may be of use to you in terms of guides or just gameplay. I also live stream on twitch.tv/BradTharGaming, so make sure you come check me out there. Other than that guys, I'll see you later, and I hope you're all excited for Season 5.